Another major Xbox leak, new Xbox event, and more in this video. Let's get into it. What is happening, guys? Diller back again with yet another video. Thank you so much for joining me on this glorious Thursday as we talk about the latest and greatest roundups of information, many of you have been asking me about. Now, we've covered some of this on RDX Podcast, so if you did miss that, it's every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, my channel. Shout out to the 40 to 60,000 of you that check that show out every single week. You guys power what has become one of the craziest, biggest Xbox podcasts in history. And again, thank you so much. But, I kind of digress because I'm kind of an asshole. I want to go ahead and get into the topics, guys. Again, if you end up liking the video, hit the like button, show a buddy or two, and of course, subscribe for the latest and greatest. Ooh, the first topic is yet another next generation Xbox leak, Xbox Series S, aka Xbox Lockhart. Now, obviously, we have new people on the channel every single week, thousands per month, and as a result, we do have to explain some things here and there, re-explain some things.
Basically, there's a weak one and there's a strong one, and the weak one finally leaked.
Lockhart was the low-end Xbox intended for maybe a 1080p screen over a full 4K screen. Though usable on a 4K screen, it has a fraction of the power of the Series X for a fraction of the price. It has its audience. It is the next generation Xbox One S. So before you ask what the point of Lockhart is, remember that the base model PS4 and Xbox destroyed their more powerful premium console brethren, the Xbox One X and PS4 Pro, in sales. Not that they make much money on the systems, but it does enable them to get it out there for more people to buy the games, which is what actually makes them the money. And remember, if you're worried that Lockhart will hold back Xbox Series X in new next generation games, just keep in mind that these games will also run on PC. The lowest hardware that the PC will be allowed to run while playing this game will be less powerful than the Lockhart, meaning Lockhart is not holding anything back. It is not the lowest common denominator. So again, thanks to those that have stuck around and already heard this stuff and you listened to it for 5,000 million billionth time, but to the new people, there you go. Here's the deal. Microsoft had already planned on revealing the Xbox Series S, aka Xbox Lockhart, the low-end model, by now. And we know this 1,000,000% because they are shipping out packaging details in even current generation controllers like this one. If you lift up the covering underneath the controller, it does include a Game Pass voucher. Yes, the current modern controller, not the one with the share button on it. These vouchers do have Xbox Series XS/. There are multiple ones. And again, most of you are already on board with the Lockhart thing. You understand it, you believe it's real. Maybe some of you still don't for some reason. Honestly, the most interesting thing about this voucher leak is the fact that the pandemic has pushed things back so badly that they basically intended for this box to be announced by time these vouchers were going out to people. That's why they're still in the boxes, and they have not bothered to recall those controllers with those Game Pass vouchers leaking the existence of two next generation consoles. They already planned for it to be out there. Put simply, pandemic happened and it said no. You're gonna go ahead and push everything back and you know what really doesn't make sense is that if Lockhart doesn't have a competitor at around $300, right? What does it matter? Sony already know it exists. Everyone knows it exists. Who cares at this point? Just reveal the thing. You're not fooling anyone, really. And I think it's kind of silly at this point. So again, just reveal Series S. I hear it could happen very soon, but last time I heard that, it didn't happen and still hasn't happened because of the pandemic. Things are so fluid right now that I really hesitate to really say anything that I've heard behind the scenes because everything has changed so quickly. And, as I pointed out in my last podcast, Phil Spencer even said in a video, I showed the clip, hey, we're going to be there in August probably. Didn't happen. They didn't have an event in August, and that was Phil telling you that, not me. That's him saying that and it not happening that quickly. And that's just how quickly things are changing right now. That's how quickly the pandemic is forcing these guys to react, and whatever they're going, whatever is happening with Sony and Microsoft, it's kind of getting a little bit old at this point. How about you just show us your stuff and tell us what it costs, and that'd be great. So let me know your thoughts about this down below, guys. Again, very interesting leak if you have been keeping up on the channel. Yet another one here to add to the pile. Lockhart, aka Xbox Series S, is real. It's obvious. It's been pretty obvious for quite a while. And again, let me know your thoughts about this down below as we move into the next topic. Oh look, a new Xbox Showcase event has actually been confirmed for Tokyo Game Show, but what will they show? Well, we have more information. Well, at least than we initially had on this event. And again, let me know your thoughts as we go through this because this will be a controversial one. Xbox Showcase announced for Tokyo Game Show 2020. I'm going to cut right through the article here and go straight to the source, Xbox's official Twitter account. Now, they do say at Tokyo Game Show they are celebrating Japanese game creators and their games. They are talking about updates coming to Minecraft. They are talking about updates coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator for the PC. They do confirm that Japanese Minecraft community creativity will be discussed. That's fire. They also confirmed that the showcase broadcast is in Japanese only. Okay. And they also confirmed that there will be no new next generation news there as well. Woo! So let's count it. I did this on the podcast. One. Wait a second, never mind. There's not one bullet point on here I care about now. Okay, cool. So, I mean, again, guys, this is official. This is what we're looking at. They're talking about Japanese game creators and their games. Maybe some of you are into that. Not me. I'll just be honest. They are talking about updates coming to Flight Simulator for the PC. I'm a console guy. I do not care. I want to know when that game is going to come to Series X, Microsoft. They're also going to talk about the Minecraft community over there. All right, cool. I guess. I mean, keep in mind, guys, this is a 50-minute show. 50. They also, again, showcase, it's only going to be in Japanese. So even if you wanted to watch it as an Xbox fan over here, you know, where the main market's at, you might want to go grab some books to start learning that or just hit that translate button. And then most disappointingly, which again, it makes sense for a few reasons, but for others, it does not. No new next generation news. Now, first and foremost, maybe this is here because by time this game show does hit, they will have already announced things like Series S. As we just covered, it's far overdue. They thought they would have done it far before now. But either way, why not try to figure out something to announce there as well that then can be regurgitated on the Western side later that day or the next day? I mean, I don't understand. You got a new system coming out, 2 of them in fact. Why not talk about these things no matter what? And maybe they are talking about it. No new, keyword new. Remember, they just say new. So no new next generation news, meaning they will have next generation info there, but it is not of the new variety. Let me know what you think that means. And let me know if you think that Microsoft have already debuted Series S, or they've already talked about what they were going to talk about at their August event, quote unquote, by this date. And that's why there's no new, quote unquote, information. But why even put this here? Why even kill expectations? I don't know. Microsoft usually don't do that, right? They usually, I guess maybe this is their way of learning it, but I guess they kind of overcorrected on this one. I just wouldn't have put this bullet point here, and I would have just surprised people with maybe you do regurgitate something you already talked about, or maybe get a different interview with someone else about the same thing. I don't know, but I don't think this last one was really necessary, and it only makes fans wonder and worry about when you are actually going to drop more information. Remember, this event is on the 24th of September. It is a 50-minute long event. Xbox were supposed to have an August event before this and did not. This is September. Most fans have already come to the conclusion that this was your event, and that's why I'm talking about it in a video, because this can't possibly be the event they were talking about when I showed Phil Spencer on screen. This is not what he was talking about. So they have to have one before this. They have to. And if they don't, comments, seriously, let me know how we should respond if they don't by then. I honestly think that they have to. The console is 2 months away from launch. So at the very least, you need to start ramping up some trailers on Horizon 4, Gears 5, stick some montages together, show the differences between the Series X and the current systems, and compare them to PC. Do what you gotta do. Even Nvidia marketed those RTX cards with multiple trailers of the latest games just for ray tracing. Microsoft haven't even shown ray tracing. They've barely shown any games whatsoever. And the ones they've shown on Series X, they didn't show them. Third parties showed them. So again, Microsoft have marketed this thing almost none in the proper way, at least when it comes to showing what it can do and proving its power. I do not care if I know the specs. I was talking about them far before most people had a clue. I understand what it's capable of. That's not the point. And I say this to those that like to sneak off in their little discourse and talk about these things when no one's around. Why are they so concerned? We know the specs. of course. But shouldn't we see what they're doing by now? Even the Xbox One X did not wait this long, and that was a mid-gen refresh. This is an entire evolution of an architecture, the introduction of ray tracing to console, and a metric crap ton of power for a system that you can fit underneath your, of course, your hi-fi VCR. So, again, I have my reasons for wanting to see more. Hopefully Microsoft deliver more, and let me know what you think down below. If they don't, does that mean that I'm going nuts? No, but I do think it's fair to question why the marketing hasn't been there, why Microsoft haven't shown much, and of course, the further we get towards November, the more likely we are to see things. That's common sense. The more likely this little rant is pretty useless, but at the end of the day, it should have happened long ago. I don't care if it comes out the day of this video's release and they start showing gameplay. It should have happened long ago. And if your third parties are not ready, they cannot support it yet, or do not have the games ready, then be transparent about it, because right now it looks kind of lazy. But again, let me know what you think about this down below. And I want to thank everybody that rocks out with me. You guys are, you're awesome. Honestly, you power the channel. You power what we do here. Hit that like button if you haven't. Show a buddy if you haven't. And we prefer the platform, but calling a spade as we always have. The system deserves it. The architects of that system deserve it. They deserve to have their work shown off in the correct light. I've talked to some of these people. They're very, very intelligent. They're geniuses. And honestly, they deserve more than this, in my opinion. So I think you should show this off. The console has more than enough power. It can do everything you're saying it can do. Now's the time to leverage that. But hey, of course, I'm going to have those that never ever want to hear anything ever asked better of Xbox be mad about that. Again, pretty crazy when you're not allowed to do that anymore as a fan of a platform and ask it to get better. So I think they're doing a lot right. I just think that now with Halo gone, it is your responsibility to then tell us what you actually do have, because right now it just looks lazy, and it's not hard to mock up a few trailers. Send me the B-roll. I'll do it. Comparisons, upgrades, side by sides, whatever it is. So if it's not ready, that's even worse news, and maybe that's why they're not being transparent. Again, we're only left to speculate on it because they're really not telling us anything, and I think the fans deserve a little more. We've been very patient. 2 months out from launch, from the most powerful console of all time by far. It's the least that the system and its fans deserve, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe that makes me horrible. I will not end it on that note. I'm very excited for what's coming. Obviously, check out my backlog. I feel like it's common sense. I'm just very excited for what they have crafted, and I just want to feel like they are too, if that makes sense. So let me know if you understand what I'm saying. Hit the like button if you haven't. Show a buddy or two. Subscribe for the latest and greatest. And again, thank you for everything you do. Patreon link down below. If you want to become a channel member, hit the button. Sources link down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm Dealer. I'm out.